Hey HYLETE Nation, I am going to show you the 5 foods that are going to help you consume less calories throughout the course of the day that are all backed by science. At the end of the day, thermodynamics still apply. Calories in versus calories out is going to weigh in above all. So we have to do what we can to reduce the calories without starving ourselves. So here's some quick and easy ways that you can get the best effect out of your food without having to eat all that much. All right, first off is adding matcha green tea to the mix. Why? Simply because matcha contains something known as EGCG. EGCG stands for epigallocatechin 3-gallate, and what it does is really unique within the body. It triggers the release and increases production of cholecystokinin, or also known as CCK for the sake of this video. CCK is what is responsible for you feeling full, and if EGCG triggers more CCK, well, then you're going to feel fuller. CCK basically slows down the gastric emptying. It slows down intestinal motility, so you're digesting food a little bit slower, so you end up not feeling like you need to dive into a bunch of food again. Now, additionally, it also increases something known as dopaminergic neurotransmission, okay? What this simply means is it increases dopamine levels. Dopamine is your reward system, okay? Your body is always seeking a reward system with every single action you do. You reach out to touch something, your body's going to anticipate you touching something, and it's going to give you a reward when you do actually touch it. It's that way with everything. So more dopamine means we feel good, means we don't have as much hunger. Additionally, EGCG stimulates thermogenesis and actually helps you burn some fat. And here's a quick study to break that down. This study was conducted at the University of Chicago's Tang Center and actually looked at rats that consumed EGCG, or green tea, over the course of 7 days. Well, what they found is that the rats consumed 60% less calories when they consumed EGCG and also lost 21% of their overall body weight when they consumed EGCG. Now that's extreme and that's with rats, but the science still prevails. EGCG does increase thermogenesis and help burn fat. Next up is apple cider vinegar. Why? Because apple cider vinegar contains something known as acetic acid. Not only does acetic acid also slow down gastric emptying, much like the green tea does, but it has some other effects too. You see, it lowers the effect of the glycemic index of a food. For example, if you were to eat something like white bread that's normally like a 99 or 100 on the glycemic index scale, well, apple cider vinegar is going to bring that number down, making it so you don't have this massive rise and fall in blood sugar. There was even a study that found that adding just a little bit of apple cider vinegar to each meal lowered the blood sugar enough to reduce cravings enough to lower calories consumed throughout the day by about 200 to 275 calories. So yes, literally just having a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with each meal can easily allow you to consume about 275 calories less than you ordinarily would. Next up, we've got ginger. Okay, adding a little bit of ginger to just about everything you eat. Ginger contains gingerols, and gingerols increase leptin. Leptin is sort of the cheat meal hormone, okay? What leptin does is it communicates with your brain. It allows fat to communicate with your brain. It allows the fat cell to say, hey brain, there's enough fat, it's okay to go ahead and burn some of us. So it tells the brain it's okay to burn fat. Simply put, gingerol tells your brain to burn more fat. The number 4 food that I want you to be adding as an appetite suppressant is simply going to be cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is one of my favorites simply because it's so dang sneaky with what it can do. It actually emulates insulin within the body. So it acts like insulin, but without the presence of food. And it does this with a really unique mechanism. You see, it's a polyphenol that's known as methyl hydroxychalcone polymer. And what this polymer does is it actually activates a portion of your brain called the ventral tegmental area of the brain, also known as the VTA. The VTA is signaled by insulin to tell the body that it's full. Okay? So when you eat something and your body produces insulin, the brain usually registers and says, okay, you're not hungry anymore. Well, cinnamon will trigger that mimic of insulin and it will make your brain think that you've eaten. So therefore, you're satiated and you don't feel like eating anymore. So it's one of the perfect appetite suppressants that really has practically no calories whatsoever. Lastly is going to be surrounding yourself with peppermint. Yeah, this sounds crazy, but if you're in your office or you're at home, have a peppermint essential oil going. It really makes a huge difference. And here's what's interesting. At the Wheeling University in West Virginia, they did a study and they found that those that were exposed to a peppermint extract or exposed to any kind of peppermint aroma ended up consuming about 23% less calories than those that were not. So if you're consuming 1,800 calories per day and you're smelling some peppermint, well, over the course of a week, you're gonna end up consuming about 2,800 calories less. That's almost an entire pound worth of calories. So it's simply by adding some peppermint to your office, you can end up losing that much weight, almost a pound a week. So there you have it, HYLETE. There's 5 easy foods you can start throwing into your diet that have practically no caloric value that can change how your body functions and the amount of food that you consume. As always, keep it locked in here with HYLETE, and I'll see you in the next hero video.